You know something, brother? If Hulk Hogan, brothers, sisters, yeah, brothers, you know, if Hulk Hogan was the size of Gorsera, bruh, and I was the size of Gorsera, he would body slam Gorsera, slam. That means you pick him up with your hands, and you toss him with your hands like this. You like flip him, sort of. And I would suplex Gorsera, Plex, and there's other moves. And if there were stuff like in Star Wars, exotic droids that look like ducks, and the fucking unknowns, whatever. And watch, man. They would be fighting them. Meow. They and those stormtroopers were clone troopers. Wouldn't a clone listen to their original? Yeah, you're pretty funny, Asian Dominic. You're Asian. You're pretty funny. Totally Blanco. I'm part Blanco, but you're totally Blanco. Blanco. More than me, but yes, I am from Colorado. I'm from America. I'm from America. Yes. From America, from Colorado. But you're so Blanco. And you try to see like Pegasus and unicorns, and then something about another video about peanut butter. Butter. Isn't that fucking funny? Not really. So it's just, I can't edit this. Because you're stupid and you're not supposed to. I'm Quintard. Those are all my words. And even more. I want to be here for the video games and for the movies of Quintari Ria. Oh, YouTube and Facebook. It is the same propaganda like MySpace, but more so like Facebook and YouTube, with the same layout. Look at the, like, if you click what city, you could say something else, but what things you like or whatever, like these circle buttons, and then like the Go Plus YouTube thing, and it's like circles. You could tell by their layouts. I heard people from the CIA, some people worked for Facebook, and it's so restrictive. And there's different. You can't have one religion in America. You can't have one spirituality in America. But actually, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's legit. That's facts. That's fact. The government classifies him as a religion, not just a spirituality. Internet. First off, you can't make that one. You can't do that either. And some people say, well, they're fear Christianity. I'm not. Well, then saying that would be that one religion thing, that's going against the Constitution. And that the Constitution should be forever. Some people would say, like Bush Jr., Walker, or Bush and the administration spit on the Constitution, stepped on the Constitution. Someone said tore up the Constitution. You can't do that. Well, everybody should know the Constitution. Everybody should know the Bill of Rights, the big Declaration of Independence from big government. Any government tried to do that. And so I heard some people from the CIA, this one guy that used to work for the FBI, exposed them or exposed everything. And it was sick. It's fucking weird. And anyways, wacko, man. You know, the Chinese invented the first primitive guns. It's 500 AD. Fucking everything that's made in China, no wonder, you know. I was surprised. I was looking up, since all the wars in history, the first search I even typed in all the wars, or at least all the, you know, the revolutions, the Civil War and the World Wars and the Vietnam and Korea, and then I said, and I said, how many bombs? I don't care to know that, but how many? I don't think if they came from an earthly source, I don't think that many left. I was searching how many bombs are left. From after all these wars, there's probably not that many left, and there shouldn't be that many left. Now we're going to lasers, or lasers to shoot wars, lasers, and lasers taking out other things. You have the small lasers to get rid of tattoos, and you have lasers to take out militaries. Lasers. And a laser, like in the Star Wars, lasers could kill people too. That's probably made by the Asians or the Chinese first. Everybody would have a right to have that then. I mean, not everybody. Don't quote me. I meant, well, you know, like, I meant, you know, every country would have a right to have. I mean, then more would be using lasers. Oh yeah. Anyways, like, back to the Facebook thing. I don't want to make it a separate video. Facebook and audience. Facebook and MySpace had video, and now it's MySpace.com is better than the previous two MySpaces, and the Timberlake ownership is much better. And he said Tom Anderson probably was talking to him, and he wanted to keep it real. And MySpace is good. Space is good again, mostly. Oh, it seems more for the peoples again. This time it seemed a bit different, But anyways, Facebook.com and YouTube.com. If you look at the layouts, the same propaganda. And I basically stayed because I heard that the CIA people that were former CIA, they were starting to work for the Facebook.com. That they moved to California. I think, I think it should be illegal for anybody in the government or anybody previously in the government to be working for Facebook.com or YouTube or Twitter or any site, social site that work for the government. And Facebook.com is so restrictive. So on a comment on my page, I commented that these people should be fired from Facebook.com that work for the CIA. And people that done crimes, that Ted Anderson, Theodore Anderson, stated that those people need to be incriminated. So, Christianity is a religion, spirituality, and a religion, and so is science. And in this one state, it said there's like a few thousand out of hundreds of thousands. So a few thousand, that's still a few thousand, though they're in the minority compared to hundreds of thousands. Big difference of thousands. Big difference. I'm not sure about Colorado, but there's some you thought Christianity maybe it's how the churches, how they were singing it or something. Or you lacked the empathy or the compassion. But saying it's fucking weird. And I'm pretty sure, I've seen 2010, 2011. I've seen bathroom women on the ceiling, pump on the sink. So usually at apartments, usually. And community homes. It's actually pretty spacey. But actually, I tried getting girlfriends, woman friend for years, and unsuccessful. Not because of any reason, actually. Antisocial or something. Yeah, so but they use it as the main thing, the logo. But I don't think that's not, it's not. See, it's not the no. Baphomet is not the no. I'm pretty sure it's not the same thing. And I don't get Nathaniel Crowley has anything to do with things. And I don't want to look into that. I haven't looked into that. I'm just saying that this one guy said that, or this one video, not apparent, but this one video said Hitler was inspired by Crowley. Well, this one guy I think was inspired by Crowley, probably. Or used to be. Or one of them, or something like that. And and I've looked up a few things. Yeah, so someone asked us 2009 exclamations. Someone said maybe they're just trying to intimidate you. So that maybe that if they try to bother you, that maybe that you would listen to them. But either way, actually, saying a death threat is a fucking crime. It's a fucking criminal act. Motive. It's highly illegal to throw out there a death threat to somebody. That's illegal. Very illegal. And some say, well, very few people actually carry through with it. Very few. And they would be in trouble. And this one person would admit it. But it's like, now, usually, somebody would only really kill somebody if they feel that they're in danger. And this one thing wasn't business anyway. Fuck your internet. It was free. What business? It's free. And then the second time I looked at this one site, there was 13 things instead of more. 13. And it says saying they can modify this and this. And I said, fuck that. And I said, no way. And I was like, that was like even stupider. Why did I even go to that place? I forgot what I typed in the first time. But the second time I was like, these guys are crooks. These guys are swindlers. These guys are heathens. These guys are hypocrites. These guys are liars. These guys are liars. These guys are crooks. These guys are crooks. These guys are swindlers. You can't change a contract unless somebody agrees to change something. You can't be modifying things. You can't be saying to somebody that you can't want something for somebody else because they probably don't want what you're wanting from them. Unless it's, like if it's a parent or a folk and they're wanting you to have a safe future, a great future, a safe future. That's okay. That's good. That's alright. You can't say that I wanted something if I didn't want something. If I didn't want something. So back to the topic of Thursday. YouTube and Facebook are the same propaganda. We need to keep the government out of these things. And if I report it as spam, and if someone helped me, then, because I also contacted Google Legal, I think I said I got it there, and they probably knew what I was talking about because I did report it, and maybe they were following through, because that was fucking very serious. And somebody might not like somebody from Google, but if someone, you know, that person could be in jail if that person didn't report it. That's why I made sure I did the reports. And my dad did reports. No. I will have a one term. I will officially be elected. And maybe I'd put Wig in there. Maybe. Fillmore did not believe in slavery. No way. No way. He didn't want to piss off the South. He's Christian. He might have converted to Catholicism because he went to Rome and then he came back, then he had another election and he almost won the second time. Pierce wasn't gay at all. Supposedly the first person to have a Christmas tree, which is a pagan thing anyway. So a tree in the house, you know, in the houses. The first tree in the White House. I don't want to be in the White House after Obama was in the White House and he's illegitimate. I've had black friends, and he's part of it. I can't be racist. And this one guy, at least, is on my friends list again. That used to hang out at my folks' place when I used to live there. About the nudes or the carefully injecting the salmon, the carefully the black part, I think, and then and what's original? I said for soldiers. I wouldn't want that to happen to me. I mean, unless, you know, I had to, you know, some, you know. Or I don't want to be a cyborg. Unless I had to. Anyways, I hope it's sealed off. I hope it does get locked, because this one woman was being angry. I thought she said it wasn't on. That's because my dad told me it was. And maybe she was working for the government. This is all weird. I've been in the early years of these programs. They shouldn't even be bothering me. And I even said to this one band, KISS, I said, when people say, you know, that God we trust our nation under God, they're not talking about saying. If they did, they would be saying that. And it's not that. That's why they say God. And that means the God. Something told me about possibly they're going to take down, I mean, you know, it's not usually, it's still sort of broadcast yourself, sort of, but they stopped really using that. Though it's like it's changed and they've been having to get a lot of permissions, or they say, no, this is a hosting site. It's like, well, you could do like webcam videos, put it like to a VHS or a DVD, to a movie, to the TV, and record it via webcam. 107, because 07, that should be okay. So, but something about Google Reader or YouTube Reader, or like, what if they got rid of videos? It's like, well, MySpace, space.com used to have videos, and Facebook used to have videos to record. And there was town or clip or peak or town, yeah, yeah, or there's this other one I think that, yeah, you could do, yeah, no, it's town. I used to, even the app was pretty good, but it was a bit unstable a bit. Like after a few times, then you had to exit the app and then go back to the app after a few recordings. But they're 15-second videos. But anyways, like, what if they got rid of this and it's like, what's the point? And like the stock, and then like, what if they could purposely crash it? And then it's like,
and that's when they would try to do it. First off, if there's a default or something like that, or a total shutdown, the UN does not have no power, and whoever made that bill, whatever year that was, that should be void and null, because that is not a respectable thing. That is not respectable. And the president does not have powers, especially if people are saying he's illegitimate. Marital law is illegal. Zero waste are illegal. Marital weight is illegal. Transportation, communication, and grocery store outlets, commerce. What about the coins? The dollar already crashed under Bush. They wanted to see people's reaction. They wanted to review things because it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. In my CAF party, and one thing I signed as a representative, they didn't say that you couldn't, but Dominic Holman, the representative, for the peoples, or, I don't know, so, Kristen Gillibrand, maybe, Holman, Judy Folk, Buddy Romer, and Philmore, not Philmore, Philmore, Courtney Fillmore, Philmore. Now, with a couple of these names, like sort of like Polk, maybe I was going for specific letters of last names, like 8, 5, 4, 6, 8. No, I'm serious. Well, they would only be half a minute anyway. I mean, except Homer. Except Homer. I'm serious. Catholic or CAF. Courage and loving freedom. No. Courage and loving freedom. Palin said she wanted to do a freedom party. I created the Washington Werewolves, or Wolfbirds, or Wolfbirds, or Werewolves. And I hopefully I should get a reply. Hopefully. Wolves. And then it will be full wolves, or wolves, like whale wars, or some. And there should be wars, and help defending them, or planning that, or. And then. Also, because I verified it one time, I think a week ago, or maybe almost a week ago, and that's where I was able to, I could do longer videos. Even though, once marijuana becomes totally legal, totally legal, like the growing of the plants, but hopefully still do it in moderation, because, I don't know, if you get depressed, then you might not be carrying, maybe. Just so you know, we need trees from the Amazon. We need these certain trees to provide more oxygen. We need flowers. We need plants to provide oxygen. People that have houses, try to find time to water. And everybody should have a right to some water to their backyard. Who knows when? In front yard too. Quite a few people have disrespected the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. FDR had a Bill of Rights. Kennedy had a Bill of Rights. Or who had the third Bill of Rights? Truman? No, wait. The fifth Bill of Rights, I'd have to look that up again. There's a second, third, and a fourth Bill of Rights. I signed the fifth Bill of Rights for animals. Animal Bill of Rights. And Mercy for Animals. Animal Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights should be laws. And laws should not be broken. There's not really any outlaws anymore. Not really. Because the outlaw would have to be doing something illegal. Would have to be. To be called one of those. To be called that word. If the person was to be an outlaw, then that person would be called an outlaw. So, and if you break the Animal Bill of Rights laws, and all this stuff that's posted on Facebook, that you should get 50 years in prison. Threatening a royal leader is supposedly life in prison. Threatening a president is 5 years in prison, but now it's like, I think, longer. It should be longer. Now, if this president is legitimate, and like if we are not an international, nation, if it's not that, Africa, they're not states, they're countries of Africa continent. If they're not states of America, then, and South America's not American states, they're South American countries, then you're illegitimate. Not from Hawaii. He was taken to Hawaii Hospital. He wasn't born at Hawaii. Yeah, they said it like one time on this one movie, and I said Chuck Lorre. Demoning somebody is totally wrong. It's a last name. It's the name that he changed it to. First of all, his father's name was Schicklgruber, I think, was it? Though, and his mother's name was, she married him, I think, so. And then she was a Schicklgruber, but she was cool. And though his dad was Jewish, Schicklgruber, and his dad molested and raped him for possibly accidentally breaking some reindeer. Props. And then Hitler poisoned his dad, Alois Schicklgruber. Schicklgruber, with spiked his potatoes, and his dad died. Hitler was raped and molested by a Jewish father. His biological dad was of a sect of Judaism, and whatever sect that was, and that guy was a sick man, and he raped and molested Hitler, or Adolf Hitler, and then Hitler, and then Adolf probably thought of the name Hitler and wanted to seek revenge against Jews because his father was one, and he knew, or he sensed that this one, whatever tribes they were, it couldn't have been all of them, but this one tribe There's 12, 13, 12, 12, 13. I only know like 4 or 5. But certain ones that worship the serpent and the ones that do evil. It's like, and then, you talk about the forgiveness of sins, but to what degree? Is that evil? Because you shouldn't sin. Because to me, in my opinion, personal opinion, you're hurting. Jesus doesn't want you to sin. Adolf was raped. So don't tell me Hitler. Don't tell me Adolf was born that he hated Jews. He heard the word and then he hated them for no reason. There was a reason. Bono Houston was raped or molested by his dad and his mother supposedly and father into music, but he was molested. One of you two, and that's why he's a liar. Now, Hitler wasn't a liar. And Richard Williams' son said there couldn't have been gas chambers. The higher the lower. Or if you touched them, if you went inside. Or how did they get them out? That's because there was typhus and lice, starvation, dehydration, and exhaustion. Just like all the dictators did, starvation, dehydration, and exhaustion. Things were very minimal. Or this one movie from Robert Williams said that the Jews only had pancakes. And you can't put any muscles on with pancakes. That's only very temporary sources. It covers. Yeah, I think. So it doesn't turn into energy. It's minimal energy. Maybe if you had maple syrup, but they didn't have syrup. Or fruit. So the people doing this one video that said, and like really loud, really in a tone, and I think it's an exaggeration of the statistics. Most people don't believe actual statistics if they're told in a textbook. They've got to think about it. Like, are you sure? And then some people might say it just because so. Because people that said, "Oh, you don't think it was 6 million," then you might be a denier. But then over time, and since YouTube or since the internet, since information, then people when they're not afraid to say, "No, I actually never thought it was 6 million." No. Not millions. There's not millions in Germany, not millions in Europe, not millions in Prussia, not millions in Europe. Northwestern Europe. Not 6 million Jews in Europe. It's not possible. And the International Red Cross says it's 400,000. So those people that do those documentaries against him should be condemned. Because your exaggeration about Hitler, which I believe should be condemnation in the pit. That is wrong to persecute somebody. Who the fuck are you? I'm Damascus. I'm tired of the media. On TV television. It's exaggeration, it's just distortion. So what's it? If it's more or 1,000 or what? Now this guy didn't actually. He didn't do it. People did it for him. He was the politician. I would say the liars and the bad people, the evil people, they should be in the camps. They wanted to demonize him because he was an incorruptible vessel, incorruptible spirit in his body. Incorruptible spirit, pure spirit, Muslim pure spirit. Well, they failed big time. Not only if he still somehow lived or still somehow came back, because they exiled him, so he wanted to show that this is a free world. That he was somewhere in the world, there was a bench, and that he took a black and white photo. And I'm not sure, I don't think it's when he was in his 20s or 30s. It looks like now, what he'd be like now, but younger. And it's like, if you are somewhere and you have serenity, it is a free world. Mostly. To sit. To be able to smell fresh air. To hear the birds. Hopefully good ones. To hear a dog barking. To sit next to a woman. That's the free world. Or it should be. But I guess it depends on the state or the place or the time. Who knows? So, some women just like, I don't know. I guess it depends on the woman. I don't know. I'll just leave it at that. At that. Like he's sitting by himself. Instead of prosecuting the semi angel, so why don't we start prosecuting these demons? Start fighting. And maybe since I've shown people things and they probably saw it because it was on camera, they got it. Okay. Then they will probably see things. Fight. Because some televisions. They're okay. Whatever. What about American made Hulk Hogan in WCW versus WWE? I do not like the preview. Wherever they've been polluting, like from like any flowers in Vancouver or plants or something that has oxygen, like earthly oxygen, and then put that into the atmosphere. Unpolluted. I can't tell if that was CGI or not. And that pissed me off. Well, no wonder I don't like things. And also recently this one place that had some violators. November and October. And making exits since May. Then one time, Orange Hubson found Iowa or Ironton. And then in that movie I read some stuff. What are they fucking doing, man? You could tell him sincere. And this one guy apologized for making it seem like he was about money or something like that. And E.T. Williams has some videos where it's not on YouTube, or maybe they are, but he also has a site where you could pay for some videos. So it's like, this guy's not sincere. It's just your personal opinion, and on some videos he might tell some facts. Facts on some videos. Even though he has a lot of subscribers, I do think... Well, I don't know. I was gonna say, I'm not sure how sincere E.T. Williams is. Since when he first started. Now, I'm not sure if he's being serious or what, but he was talking about, like, I don't care if it's Bill Clinton or W. Bush or a representative or a senator or a governor or mayor or governor. If they're this E.T. Williams said that. Williams. If they're lying, if they've been liars, that they should get pistol whooped or definitely an ass whooping. And if they're caught lying again, they'd get another ass whooping. You can't just kill somebody. For sure, we'd impeach him. And hopefully soon, I've done my part. I contact my representatives, my senators, the peoples in Colorado. Senators, whatever, representing my place, state that I'm in. Whatever. Or country, or state that I'm in. Whatever. By 2015, I don't like guns, but the peoples have a right to, if the government has guns, those peoples. So, first, if we want to totally get rid of guns, there's always a way, there's always a solution. You melt the government's guns first, the foreign race. You melt the government's guns, not the government's guns, you melt them in the foreign race. And then the peoples, hopefully, would be willing. That's the only way. Because they're going to keep their guns because they know about the government. They know about the government.